All right.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Cable Rose. Let's talk leadership. This series we've started is called Art Through the Apocalypse. Trying to find a little clever way to put those two things together, but want to see what people are getting into during this time. I'm back on session today, and we have a local cosplayer here, Kyle Graham. Kyle is from the Amarillo area. I'm going to introduce
Hello.
Kyle, and we'll just get Kyle to say hello and come on board. How are you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing great. Hello. How are y'all doing?
So,
Oh, by the way, I just noticed your shirt and I love it.
the Cthulhu, yeah, hey, the
Yeah.
lesser of two evils. I'm taking Cthulhu, so we're good. So do me a favor,
Cool,
Kyle.
birdie.
Coming to the show, how'd you get into cosplay, man? This is not 20 years ago, it wouldn't have been the norm, and today it's pretty
No.
much the cool thing. So do me a favor, how'd you get into cosplay?
Oh, Lord. Well, it just kind of came out of the woodwork one day. I saw a bunch of cosplay stuff, and I'm really big into gaming, and uh, I've always kind of been a geek. And about 5 years ago, I want to say, Amicon was coming to town. I'm like, okay, let's go check it out. First time I went, I was like, wow, I feel really both at home and kind of out of place because I'm not in costume. So I went online, started looking around, and I eventually found Alucard from Helsing and Helsing Ultimate, and got the costume, got everything put together. Well, unfortunately, the whole thing was too big. I did not know
Oh,
how to sew at all. So
okay.
I send the thing to my grandma. She fixes it up for me, sends it back, and it's perfect. So this thing is fit perfectly to me. I've got a wig now. It took me forever to get the wig, but yeah, it's perfect now. And a guy over in Florida by the name Brian Johnson, uh, I messaged him because he does much like Halo helmets and stuff. I'm like, hey, dude, is there any possible way you can make me Alucard's guns? And he's like, let me see what I can do. $500 later, next thing I know, here we go. We got Alucard's guns. I'm like, heck yeah. I mean, these suckers are great. They're awesome. They're beautiful. They look accurate. And they're just one of the best things I have ever invested in. And I am proud to have them. And I love cosplaying Alucard now that I have those.
So I'm a
So,
noob, so I apologize, but I'm going to put something up behind me, and you tell me if this is what we're talking about. Is this the one we're talking
yes.
about? Okay,
Yes, that's
so
Alucard.
Alucard. So do me a favor. There is a long trench coat. There's the hat. You've got the gloves, and these were the guns from Brian in Florida.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, those are
So,
pretty kick ass.
yeah, the whole uniform is supposed to be like a Cardinals jacket and hat from like old like Renaissance era, and
Yep.
then like tuxedo from like modern 1980s, and then pistols, just pistols.
And then so again, I apologize. What game or what series is this from?
This is from Helsing and Helsing Ultimate. They're an anime series from Kota Hirano. They came out in like 2001 and 2008 or 9, I want to say. Like the original came out in I think 2001, and Ultimate came out in like 2008 or 2009. I got into it when Takahata 101 from TFS. He was doing the abridged series, so you might have seen it, Helsing Ultimate Abridged.
Yep.
As soon as I saw that, I fell in love, and I thought it was hilarious. That was like really one of my first anime experiences, aside from like what you saw on Cartoon Network, from like Teen Titans and
Sure.
Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I was just kind of getting into it, and then I saw Helsing Abridged, and I'm just like, that's it. I love it. I want to be a voice actor, and I love what these guys do. I went and watched the originals, original Helsing, original Ultimate, and I just fell in love. They were beautiful. They were one of my first animes. If you like gore, if you like violence, if you like vampires, werewolves, and killing evil things, Helsing is your go-to thing. It is
That's the
great.
show, right?
It
So do
has
me a favor.
everything.
What is it about it? You grew up, you said you got into some of the, we'll call it the arts, but some of this background. But what is it about the cosplay? What is it about walking into Amicon or YC3? What is it about walking into there in your cost that does it for you?
Well, to be honest, I try to focus on a lot of the darker cosplays. My personal, I call it Ghost Freak Show. I like my nickname is Ghost, and I just kind of looked at all my cosplays because I've got all these masks. I've got all these like real like kind of horrific things that I've made. Like the masks and some of the costumes. I even had Pyramid Head from
Oh
Silent
yeah,
Hill,
yeah, yeah.
and uh, just I've always really liked the darker things. So I really like seeing that at cosplays, and or at, cons and Comic Cons and stuff like that, and I didn't see a whole lot of that in the area. When I came in as Alucard, or my ghost school, it was beautiful to see people recognize me and be able to like point me out and be like, hey, I know where that guy's from. And it was very uplifting because somebody was recognizing the art and saying, hey, this guy went out of his way to make himself look exactly as the character. And I've seen little kids, they watch the stuff, or they watch, Bleach, Naruto. They see the character and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Naruto, or oh my gosh, it's Sasuke. They go out of their minds, and it's beautiful to watch them just light up and have this great experience. And even in like older folks and teenagers, it doesn't matter who you are. I've seen somebody who's 90 years old dressed up in Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog. She had this little bitty Courage doll that she carried around with her, and it was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. And she sounded just like her, and she was like handing out like little pieces of candy here, there, and everywhere. She's the sweetest thing I've ever met, and it was great. But seeing this giant culture come together and touch people's lives, this is supposed to be escape from all the politics, all the craziness, the crazy darkness of the world. This is a place for everyone to just put everything aside, look at their favorite fiction, their nonfiction, their reality, whatever they love, bring it to life, go to a location and see other people that admire that same thing. Warhammer 40K, anime, TV shows, cartoons. I mean, heck, Supernatural. I can't tell you how many Castiels I've gone and seen, throughout all these years. I mean, it's hilarious to watch them because everybody's got their own little rendition. Everybody's got the little angel blade that they carry around. But it's so good and uplifting to see people admire the same thing that you do. Because when you walk around, you go to the mall, you go to, the hospital, you go to the store, you go to a restaurant. You can look around, you might see a keychain or a lanyard or somebody's belt or a t-shirt. And sometimes people don't know what it is. And they just wear it because they think it looks cool. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a Slayer shirt and, I'm like, yeah, Slayer. And then they're like, what? What are you talking about? Come on, man. Exactly. And I'm just like, no. But at a con, like immediately, you can say, hey, I know that guy, and they're like, yeah, I know too. So it's a great deal.
So Kyle, I got to tell you, typically I try to connect and try to make a statement. I have nothing to say. There was 90 seconds in there that was absolute pure joy and truth of what the con stands for and what your play stands for. So I really love the fact, I too, and it doesn't matter. You could be a noob and you put a zigzag on your head and you're Harry Potter and everybody still raves about it. Or you could be the person that's got thousands and thousands of dollars into a cosplay and everybody raves about it. But both of those side by side, you absolutely said it. As soon as they walk in, they're accepted, they're welcome, they're part of the lore, and it's high fives and good games all around. And I love, and I got chill bumps. I wish my lighting was good. I got chill bumps thinking about that because we used to go to the cons, my daughter and I don't know, did you go to YC3 last year?
Yeah, I did.
So we were there. My daughter and I, we actually had a booth. We were selling Pop Funkos. We had thousands of Pop Funkos in the middle aisle. But we did it, and we got to go see Sam Jones, and we got to go see Rufio, and I can't think of his name, and I got to go see not Kraglin, what was his name? Oh my God,
I know who you're talking about.
But he signed my pop, and I've met Napoleon Dynamite at another con, and I've met Stan Lee at the Fandom Fest, and then you just go to these cons. It doesn't matter if you're a noob or, like I said, the seasoned cosplayer. You absolutely walk in, and man, it's just the most welcoming place on the planet at that moment in time. It's perfect.
See, and yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you, and I can't tell you how many times I've had a lot of my friends, they want to get into cosplay, and they don't know, either one, don't know how, and two, think that, oh, my body's not great enough. My roommate, he's like, oh, I got to get into shape if I want to do that. It's like, dude, put on a costume and just go. Like, seriously, you don't have to look like, a Brazilian bodybuilder to go do these things. Just go to
Well,
have
see,
fun.
but then I get clever. I just adapt. I want to be the Spider-Man that's like retired. You know, he's the fat one with the belly half out and the sweatpants. You know, but that's what I want to do. Because guess what? I still fit the part, and everybody's gonna love that
Exactly. Just
cosplay
carry around a
anyway,
little
right?
cup of
So
French fries, and there you go.
yeah, go be Jay and Silent Bob. He could be Silent Bob and put a trench coat on, and I mean, think about it. Work with what you got. And if you don't
Exactly.
want to be those characters and you still want to be the just paste on or paint on the six piece abs and go as shirtless. It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna care.
Exactly. My buddy, one of my pictures I think I sent you was me as a Junkrat from Overwatch. Yes, that painting design, the girl who took the picture is the girlfriend of that gentleman to my right. That is my brother Gunner, not by blood, but that man is a great guy.
Wait, Gunner Pop Funko?
Gunnar Walters. Do you know?
Does he collect Pop Funkos?
Every once in a while, mostly Overwatch and occasionally Aladdin.
Wait, but he's not an ex-Marine or ex-Army guy, right?
No.
Okay, my bad. I knew a gunner here locally, and so there's very few gunners that I would know, so I was going to connect the dots. Okay.
But no, he's a big Magic player, but his girlfriend hand-painted all that on there for him, and he absolutely loves it. You can tell he's a bigger guy.
Sure.
But he made it work. He loves Roadhog, and he's like, you know what, screw it. I'm doing it. I'm going to go get a nude shirt, paint that all up on there. Girlfriend's artistic. She can do that. So there we go.
Perfect. So and then this one here looks like, are you Maul? Are you Darth Maul?
Yeah, I am currently trying to get approved for the 501st Legion. So that is my Darth Maul costume. That is an actual lightsaber. I've actually got that right over here. Oh, let me get that all ready.
I love me some Maul, dude. And 501st is beautiful, man. Yeah.
So this is my lightsaber. I love it. It's very, very loud and very, very noisy.
Yep, it's supposed to be.
So, but I love this thing. I'm so glad I got it. And I am so ready to be running around as Darth Maul in full costume.
So Kyle, let me ask you one last question. And like I said, I don't want to keep you all day, but one last question. So we know your passion. We know where you came from. Now, do me a favor. What have you been doing during this quarantine? Have you put back any into this cosplay, or has it all been just trying to survive the quarantine?
A lot of it has been trying to survive the quarantine.
Understood.
I am going to get into a little bit dark of a tone just because when all this hit, I was working 3 jobs at the time. I was working for 2 radio stations, FM 90 and the Eagle. And then I was also working for Cheddar's, the restaurant.
Yeah.
And when this all hit, like everything shut down. And for the past 2 months, I've been crutching along. And on top of that, like right as, the stimulus check hit, my truck, all 4 brakes and the master cylinder all went out all at the same time. So that was like $900 just completely gone. And I was devastated because my bank account literally went from, yeah, I'm okay to, oh no, it's gone.
Yep.
So I recently got a new job here at a hospital, and it has been absolutely crazy. And unfortunately, like, aside from what you saw from my Darth Maul costume and me getting this beautiful thing, my cosplay stuff has pretty much taken a vast halt on almost every front.
No, and man, totally right. Look, reality hits. The niceties of being able to go pour into some extra cash into that. So then my next question, then we'll take what we know and we'll move from there. What's your next cosplay that you want to do?
Oh, Lordy.
I know. Money aside, I mean, I get it, right? We're still working our ass off. But what's your next
money
cosplay
aside,
you want to do?
Like, if I had, like, all the money in the world, I would want to do Perfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
So get the whole Perfect Cell ensemble, have that going for me. Big old Bug Man. The next one I would want to do is see about revisiting my Pyramid Head and making that better.
Okay.
Because I did like a quick build. I did it all in 1 week, so it looks horrible.
Okay.
I would love to go back and revisit my Corey Taylor one from Slipknot. And I'd love to eventually go do something from Mushroom Head just to see if I could do something from them. just to
So I
have
love
something.
right there. You had 4 very diverse ideals of cosplay. And that's one other thing I like about this is everybody, I take that back. A lot of people on the outside who don't or aren't in the culture, they just think it's a cartoon or a superhero. But
Yeah.
you got to really think about it. It's anything. You made a really good statement earlier. When you walk in, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. Somebody's going to go, damn, look how good that looks. Do you remember Jurassic World and the guy with the margarita and the Hawaiian shirt? It was like a nanosecond. It was on screen for like 1.3 seconds, and people
And now
cosplayed that, right? So I love the idea that it can be. You said Slipknot. You had mentioned Dragon Ball Z. You had mentioned, what was the last one you said? It was
Mushroom Head.
Right?
Mushroom Head.
So think about it, man. There is nothing that's off the table. You could walk in like Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. It doesn't matter. It's still a cosplay, right? So I love the idea of how this community comes together. And then I loved your also point. It's so creative. So like I want to do a 1980s Inspector Gadget. I want to do the trench coat. I want to do the hat with the handles and the propeller. I want to do like the 2 springs that have like the punching glove and the gun. I want to put some roller skates on my shoes, but get some Heelys. But my daughter's 11, so she wants to go as Penny. And she's going to take a stuffed dog, which could be Brain. We could do the whole family. You know, the whole family gets into it. What's the guy?
That'd be awesome.
What's the guy from? Oh, I can think of him. He played Barney on How I Met Your Mother. Doogie Howser. I just said Richard. It's wrong. Oh hell! So anyway,
Harry Styles?
No. Harry Styles is the singer guy. So that guy, but you know who I'm talking about. But him and his husband and their kids, every year for Halloween, they do this epic family cosplay for Halloween. And
that's cool.
It just doesn't matter, man. Everybody can do this. Everybody can be a part of this culture. And so this really started with, like I said, art. I've got 5 o'clock today with a musician, a local guitarist. I've got tomorrow, Isabel's coming on. We're going to talk about music and the passion of music. I've got the last blockbuster on earth in Bend, Oregon, who's going to be on the show talking about movies and movie recommendations. So it's art of all kinds, but I'm finding I want to do an entire series of just interviewing cosplayers around the world. Because, again, and I'm going to go back and cut that 90 seconds out of what you said, Kyle. It's absolutely that moment when you walk in. It doesn't matter your effort, doesn't matter your money, it doesn't matter. But that passion, somebody goes, hell yeah, look at that cosplay or whatever. And it's just perfect, you know? And everybody's welcome. Everybody's accepted. It doesn't matter your body type. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter left, right, purple, green, plaid, whatever. Everybody's a part of the game, man. I think it's a wonderful thing to be a cosplayer. I went last year. I took because I was working a booth, but I still wanted to get like some action. I took a Hawaiian shirt over a Star Wars shirt because I'm a Star Wars guy, khaki shorts, some flip-flops. Hang on a minute. My Darth Vader Black Series bucket. I had my Disney Death Star Disney ears glued to the top of it. And I had a piece of luggage, and I was Darth Vader on vacation.
Oh.
And I just wandered through. And it was literally kind of like you said. It was just thrown together. I was going that morning. It was 6:30. I was like, oh, shit, let's see what I can put together. And I threw a bunch of stuff together, and I walked in, and I was Darth Vader. And Sam Jones came up to me from Flash Gordon, right? So Sam Jones came up to me, and he loved it. And he spent like 20 minutes over at my booth just BSing and chit-chatting and stuff. And it didn't matter. Dude's a famous dude sitting there talking to me about cosplay or whatever, man. So
I've met some absolutely fantastic people at cons. Booker T from Wrestle or like WWE and stuff.
Yeah.
I met him a couple years ago at one of the local cons. I think it was Lubbock-Con a couple years ago.
Okay.
One of the coolest guys I've ever met. Super chill. Of course, I was broke at the time. I walked up to him. I just said I wanted to meet you, and I'm like, hey, I would love to support you. And he's like, here, I'm going to do something for you. Give me $20. I'm going to sign this. I'm going to give you this whole packet. And the only thing else I ask from you is a handshake.
Damn.
I was like, heck yeah, man. So it was great. I had a great time. We talked for a little while. It was fantastic. I went down to Plus Ultra Expo down in Dallas,
Okay.
or Plano,
Yeah,
technically,
yeah,
Dallas
yeah.
area. But anyway, and I met Chuck Huber there. He's a fantastic guy. I spent about 20 to 25 minutes just talking with the guy. Super chill, super laid back. For anybody who doesn't know who he is, he plays Stein in Soul Eater, and he plays Hiei in Yu Yu Hakusho, which
Right.
is a fantastic anime. And he's got this very nasally voice, but like, I'm not making fun of him. It's just he has an iconic voice that he just every character he plays, it screams a very intelligent person, and you know immediately who he is, why he's there, and his character always has so much depth to it that you are sucked into that character. It's just there's something about his voice that is just beautiful and ties you into everything that's going on. So anybody who's ever watched Soul Eater, they immediately love Stein. One, because of the voice, and two, he's just such a great character, and
Yep.
he did a fantastic job portraying that.
See, so Kyle, I gotta tell you, man, seriously. One, I'm glad Isabel hooked us up and connected us, because I will tell you, this is probably my longest running interview I've done, and
Oh, hey.
it's absolutely perfect. I seriously, just to see and hear your passion, see and hear your commitment to just the world that you're talking about. I do, man. I can feel it through the screen. I hope my audience can as well. And I don't have a large audience. I have like 50 people that watch this, and I see like 20 videos, or they see like 20 clicks on a video. But I want to make sure that the next con, I know we missed YC3 this month,
Yeah.
but the next con and stuff, I'm going to make sure that you and I still hook up and see each other while we're at the con. Kyle, is there anything, and I don't know this, but I want to ask you, is there anything like an email, a website? Is there Instagram? Do you want to share anything? Not right now on the screen, but afterwards we can do the post-production. If there's anything you want shared, just let me know. We can put that out there and kind of share your art to the world. But yeah, man, it's been a really good time. I've had a pleasure and a blast sitting here just bullshitting with you. It's been great to listen and see what you got yourself into. And is there anything else you want to share with the audience before we go?
Well, I'll have to send you all that stuff for social media and stuff. I'm not huge on posting a whole lot. I just sometimes forget about it because life happens.
Sure.
But just for anybody who's wanting to get started, just pick you out something. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be small. Just find you a Sailor Moon costume. Like, go online, buy a Sailor Moon costume, and be like, here, I'm gonna wear this. Go out there, buy a Naruto headband, get a Naruto shirt or a Dragon Ball shirt, whatever it is that you're into. Just wear it, go have fun. It's not supposed to be, hey, this person looks better than me. It's, hey, this person likes it as much as me. This person gets it. This person understands why I love this. And I am so proud to be part of this community. It is great. It is wonderful. It's fantastic. I've seen it change people's lives, and I love watching it change so much over the years and just get progressively better as time goes on. Sorry, my lizard was trying to eat some of the substrate.
That's okay. Well, hey, listen, seriously, Kyle, I couldn't have said it better, and to hear it from you and hear it from a player himself, the cost comes right out of you. But yeah, man, just get out there and start, man. Get out there and share what you got, as well as pass the torch and inspire others to get out there and do the exact same thing. So listen, to everybody, we'll make sure we get Kyle's information out there. Again, thank you for your time this afternoon. I appreciate it. We will keep in touch. And to everybody else out there for enjoying the show, we'll catch you guys on the flip flop. Thanks.